Shalom. First off, all praise, honor, and glory is unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakon Kwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations unto the elect, Akim, that are enduring, doing this work with all long suffering and sound doctrine, and truth and in sincerity. So, just real quick, I want to get into this word, expendable. Okay. Now, when you think about the word expendable, it has two different meanings, which, when you look at it in a spiritual sense, has everything to do with men of the Lord, or men that are supposed to be men of the Lord. Okay. So, when you think about it, they have a movie, The Expendables, okay, which one of the definitions that they have, that I have up on the screen, is going to describe what type of expendables they were, okay? And then you have expendable, a different sense of expendable, which I'm just going to get into it. You know, Lord willing, this is edifying unto the elect. And hey, may Yahweh Shai sprinkle this lesson with salt, and may everything be edifying. So this is the dictionary.com for expendable. It says capable of being expended, of an item of equipment or supply consumed in use or not reusable. Okay, so this is the third and the fourth definitions are the definitions that I really want to touch on, and I'm going to grab some scriptures to back it up. Okay, so this is the third one. It says, considered to be not worth keeping or maintaining. Okay, so I'm going to entitle this lesson, everybody is expendable. Okay. So this form of expendable, it says, considered to be not worth keeping or maintaining, which is men that fall out of this truth, men that don't think they can be replaced. Okay, because the only way that you're not capable of, or you're not considered worth keeping or maintaining, is if you're not grounded in the faith, or is if you're going off, you're idol worshiping. Okay, you're going off according to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, which the Most High, He already has His elect picked out. We don't know who they are. You know, you have hundreds and thousands of men throughout the four corners of the earth right now that are teaching this word. Okay, but that doesn't mean that everyone is going to make it. That don't mean that everyone that's teaching this word in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is of His elect. Okay. So it says, considered to be not worth keeping or maintaining. Now that goes into the book of, which I can grab real quick, because I want to get into that chapter I just had up. I believe it's Romans, the 8th chapter, I want to say. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm just going to search it. Okay, it's Romans, Salakia, so Romans 11, okay, which I bring this out quite often, and it has a lot to do with men in this truth. It has a lot to do with men in this world, okay? So it says, Romans chapter 11, in verse 19, it says, verse 18, it says, boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in. Okay, so what? That's part of being expendable. You know, somebody who's proud in this truth, or you just plain old going off, man. You know, you plain old bugged out of your mind, teaching things that you're not supposed to teach, doing things you're not supposed to do, being a hypocrite, you know. And at the end of the day, the Most High will graft you out. He will weed you out of this truth. Okay? So that's and we go over this all the time, man. It's about when you're in this truth, you do have to retain your integrity, but at the same time be humble enough to know that the Most High don't need you, man. All right, the Most High can easily pull you out of this truth and have a younger brother or a different brother come in and do the job. Okay, so you're expendable. Nobody in this thing is exempt from getting kicked out of this thing, man. You know, so you got to be mindful that Yahweh Shemi Shai don't need you. And it says, well, because of unbelief, they were broken off, and thou standest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fear. Okay, so the point was in 19. Okay, because you're expendable, you can be replaced, man. You know. So now I want to get back into this word expendable. All right, and this is the fourth definition, which is the men of the Lord that are that are doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, so it says the fourth definition says military, of personnel, equipment, or supplies capable of being sacrificed in order to accomplish a military objective. All right, so this thing of ours, all right, is this not a thing? Are we not at war right now? Are we not spiritually at war right now? Do we not put our lives on the line as a living sacrifice? Okay, and the objective is to what? To seal the elect. Okay, that is the objective. And week in, week out, we put our lives and our bodies, you know, and our reputations in this world, which don't mean shit. We put all that on the line, you know, for the sake of the elect. Okay? So I want to get the scripture. I want to get a couple of scriptures, but first I'm going to start with, of course, the Romans 12:1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. All right? Not only are we putting our bodies and our lives on the line, but this is our reasonable service, man. So I'm going to get that word reasonable, you know, just for edification's sake. Okay? This says Strong's G3050, which is pertaining to speech or speaking, pertaining to the region or logic, spiritual, pertaining to the soul, agreeable to reason, following reason, reasonable, logical. Okay, which the Greek word was logikos. This is our logical service, man. It's what makes sense. Okay, it makes sense to present your body a living sacrifice unto Yahweh, for Yahweh Shemi Yahushai. Okay. Now the reason why I said this definition here, and the fourth definition, is pertaining unto to us, which says once again, it says military, capable of being sacrificed in order to to accomplish a military objective. Okay. So now I'm going to get this here, Salakia. I want to get this here in 2 Timothy, the second chapter. Okay. It says, therefore, Salakia, 2 Timothy 2, and in verse 3, it says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. All right. Now the reason why we're military, we're like the military, because there's order. Okay, you have different ranks. You have different brothers that are captains over hundreds, you know, that are captains over tens, captains over fives. Okay. This is a warfare type of deal, man. Okay? And all these different men, we all put our lives on the line for the cause, man. All right? And it says, no man that warreth entangled himself with the affairs of this life. Because if you entangle yourself with the affairs of this life, then you become the definition 3 expendable. Okay? You get too worried about this life and you get too attached to this world. Yeah, guess what? Then you're not really at war for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You're not a servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You're not a soldier of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay? You're just expendable. Alright? So I want to get let's see, 1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 18. And then I'm probably going to close it out after this, unless the Spirit says otherwise. So it says, 1 Timothy 1 and 18, it says, "This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare." Okay? So this is a spiritual warfare. But guess what? It can get physical. You do have men that come up against the Lord. You do have men that come up against the prophets of the Lord. You do have men that try to get physical or do get physical with the men of the Lord. Okay? But at the end of the day, this is all spiritual. We're at spiritual war, man. It says, "Holding faith in a good conscience, which some having put away concerning faith have made shipwreck." They were expendable, man. Okay? It says holding faith in a good conscience, a good mind, which some have putting away, because of what? Because the things of this world either got in the way of that, or they just completely bugged out, man. Which is no different today. You have some people that fall into that same category. It says, "And they have made shipwreck." All right? "Of whom is Hymenaeus and Alexander, whom I have delivered unto Satan, that they may learn not to blaspheme." And the elder Yatazak from the Dallas camp, he went into Hymenaeus, okay, who was a man that was with Paul, he was with Timothy, and guess what? He fell out, man. He went back. He returned unto his vomit. Okay. So, in this truth, you have to know. Salakia, see, yeah, it's Satan. You have to know whether you're definition 3 expendable or definition 4 expendable. Either way, we're all expendable. All right? So, hey, Lord willing, that was edifying. Now we'll give all praise, honor, and glory once again unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Lakar Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders at GMS that rule well, that rule with diligence, and all long suffering and sound doctrine, and as well as the shalom unto the elect Akim that are doing the same, enduring with all long suffering and sound doctrine, and in sincerity and in truth. That being said, I'm gonna say shalom.